You have in your computer what you have saved. You have in your computer what you have purchased. So now all you have to do is put that in a USB. And if you're someday say, I wonder how much I pay for this, and let's say I wonder if I bought this in eBay or the Comp or in Hipstamp or wherever, you go in there and you could get that information and have a complete picture of what it is. Today in Digitalize, you could take the service in eBay and say, hey, I want to put stamp 801 of the United States. I want to know how many of these have sold lately and in what price, and you can get it. Last but not least, that you should be considering when you're doing this is to personalize it to your taste, to how you can find it, how you can store it, and most important, how you can show it. Now, this is another issue that I want to bring up. A lot of you might be thinking, I would love to exhibit my stamps. By doing this, it's going to make it easy. You want to, let's say, exhibit X amount of stamps. Basically, you go into your album that you created. The page is already there. You have them there. You have a description because you wanted to have a description of everything. So all you have to do is take them out, put them in a frame, mount them, and you're ready to go for an exhibition. That is the beauty of using and digitalizing everything. All you have to do is take it out, put it in, and you're ready. Now, let's say that's not your desire, but your desire is more to be able to find your stamps and where they are. Well, this is the other thing I want to tell you. If you digitalize it, you could put in different binders 1873 to 1878, 1878 to 1881, 1882, and so on and so on. So then you know that in one, if it's this year, it should be there. If it's that year, it should be there, and you can find your collection. Now, if you collect worldwide, and I'm going to say this, you have a problem. Because basically, it's going to be kind of difficult to keep them. Some people think I have Scott International, and Scott International, if you're really going to be international, you're talking of more than 25 books. So you're really in a problem. The other issue is how are you going to do this? Because if you keep them in smaller albums, it's going to be easier for you to maintain the temperature in the room. It's going to be easier for you to find a space for them. It's going to be easier for you to deal with them and take the weight. I have a friend of mine who basically has arthritis in his hands, and he had to do this because he could not carry the Scott Internationals that had reached a point of weighing 25 and 30 pounds each book. And the handling of these big things was hard for his hands. Basically what he did is he got a 3-ring binder and he split them up by years. He has more binders, but it's easier for him to deal with, to find, and to associate. The other thing he did is that basically it's easier for him to deal with countries. Now, after that, he has pulled back. He sold part of his collection because he just couldn't keep up with spending that much money internationally, and he went into topics. And I want to give a shout out now to the American Topical Association. Very good club. If you're thinking of collecting flowers or any topic that is important to you, these are the people to go to. They have it well organized, and you're going to be very happy to what you're going to find there. Now, if you specialize in particular countries, you might want to go with the APS, but I'm going to make a better recommendation. If you're going to Germany, there's a German society. If you're going to collect Cuba, there's a Cuban Philatelic Club. If you want to collect any country in the world, you could find clubs there. As a matter of fact, the most interesting thing is that every Sunday when I go on the Zoom meeting, the Sociedad Filateca de Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico Philatelic Society, there's a member from on the Honduras society that is every Sunday there because he has an interest and we have an interest in common. And so there are clubs that can help you if you specialize. Because you should always try to join other members for their ideas and their goals. Now that we have talked about digitalizing, the first thing I would do if I were you, sit down and create a plan. How would you like your stamp collection to be done? This is the beautiful part of this, and this is what makes me so excited. In the past, I would buy an album, and the album had pages, and in the pages they had colors, and they had numbers from either Scott or some other catalog, Minkus in the past or something like that, and they would tell me which stamps they think belong to that country. They would leave a bunch of stamps out, so they would send me blank pages, and I would have to accommodate my collection to the way they said fit. No. Now, I could sit down and say, okay, I'm going to go a page per year. Or, there are too many, 3 pages per year. I'm going to accommodate them this way or that way. I'm going to make my own page. I could do it the way I want. No more limited to, this is the stamp album of the Vatican City, created by White Ace, and this is the way they set it up, and this is the way you have to do it. This is the way that every year or 2 or 3 years you're spending $25 in supplements when you could do it yourself. The other thing is that basically not only are you going to save money, but you could buy acid-free paper. You could put them in and sheet protectors and protect them. You could put them in mounts. You could put them in different type of mounts. You could put them with a separation that you think is appropriate, whatever way you see fit. This is the future of stamp collecting to me. It is sitting down saying, how would I like my stamp collection to look? How would I like the pages of my stamp album to look? How I would like to project this. Do I want it in a yellow background? Do I want it in a red background? Do I want it in a yellow background? Do I want it in a blue background? It's your choice. And believe it or not, it's much, much, much cheaper. You do not have to buy supplements. You do not have to accept the way they sit fit. You do not have to have them in front. You're going to go with your regular stamps. In the back, you're going to get your airmails. And you're going to do this way or that way. You do it the way you sit fit. As a matter of fact, one of the things I am trying to do is create pages for my cancellations. San Juan, this page, Ponce in this page, Mayagüez in this page, and put them in a way that I sit fit. So basically, I would like you to leave with this concept today. We're in 2022. Basically, you have Windows 10, you have Windows 11, you have Word, you have all these great programs that allow you to create your own album. It allows you that if you think that this stamp was used in the country that you collected, but Scott doesn't recognize it, or the field doesn't recognize it, or Yvette doesn't recognize it, but you have a cancellation and you want to put that in there, you could put it in there. You want to put the first stamp from that country in one page and go into an explanation about it, go for it. You do what you want, and it's completely free. If you're afraid that you might commit a spelling error, hey, you got spell check. It will tell you that's spelled incorrectly, or it automatically spell it correctly for you. So, in closing, 2022, you have Word, you have all these programs. You can create your own stamp album. Go for it. Thank you. See you next time.